Welcome to Atomic TV. I'm Max Schuster and
Tommy Wolf.
And alongside Tommy Wolf. Tonight we have an MCC matchup between the Richland Bombers and the Pasco Bulldogs. Overall matchup, the Bombers lead 147-81. Some of those really good battles coming in the 70s. This year, the Bombers 10-2 and the Bulldogs 0-12. Tommy, what are you expecting in tonight's matchup?
Well, we'll see how Pasco responds, try to get their first win of the season and see how they can regroup. Being 0-12, it really kind of just see how they respond. But Richland's been in battles like Chihuahua past a couple weeks ago. That was a close game. So I just see how Pasco bounces back.
Yeah, we saw the last matchup between Richland and Pasco kind of turn out how everyone expected it to. The Bombers really pulled away. And tonight I'm expecting the same thing, but you never know what can happen with a Pasco team. You see there, Horn Rapids Hoop Cam, we'd like to give a huge shout out to Horn Rapids, Gail Rue, and Roosters Craft and Bar for sponsoring Atomic TV and making all this possible. But yeah, Tommy, the Bombers playing great basketball right now. They're ranked number 12 in RPI rankings. First in the conference, leading 8-0 in conference play, 10-2 overall. Tonight we have Kamiakin and Chihuahua, the 2 and 3 seeds, facing off. So we'll see what happens over there. If you're the Bombers, you're really hoping Chihuahua can pull that win off and get Kamiakin off the tail of the Bombers. Kamiakin did fall to Walla Walla earlier on in the season, which the Bombers defeated on Tuesday. The Bombers did have last night off, so they should be well rested. And I'm excited to watch them. You can see them in their green and
pre-game warm-ups and everything, getting chance going, ready to go. So, like you said, Chihuahua and the Kamiakin game opening tonight, and we'll see decides who will be the second dog in the MCC. So, the Bombers are now out of the bench, coming out of the locker room. So we'll see, get them warmed up.
Yeah. Tommy, here we can see the RPI ranking again. Federal Way in first place overall, and Bombers fallen to 12 this week, 11 last week, and it's really hard for the Bombers. If you're looking from a Bombers perspective, when you play a team like Pasco, who's not even in the top 50 for RPI, it almost if you get a win, it drops you in RPI ranking. So the Bombers really struggling with the strength of schedule from the MCC. And then you can see in the AP Press 4A poll, Bombers sitting at 8, so they have them ranked a little bit higher, knowing that what happened down in Utah, that the Bombers competed in the Springville
Great
Classic.
Competition down in Utah for them. They do it every year mostly, it's like you said, so that's really neat.
Yeah, and I think they looked at that and said, hey, they played Westlake, who phenomenal team. They played Real Salt Lake Academy. They played Real Salt Lake International team. Coming out there 1-2 wasn't really that bad when you look at it. Some of the scores from last night: Hanford fell to Kennewick 63-39. Kamiakin beat Hermiston 67-40. Pasco lost to Walla Walla 74-44. So Pasco coming off a loss last night, as well as the other 11 games before that, still looking for their first win of the season.
The key for Pasco right now is to, stop from Jace Woodward, Jack Forbes, all those guys, Landon Northrop, just not take those three-point shots and get those in. So we'll see how Pasco handles it, and then it's just got to play good defense on them. So that's the only key for Pasco right now, and just see how the Bombers will respond. Yeah,
the Bombers also have freshman Josiah Sacco stepping up tonight and suiting up for the varsity squad. It'll be his first night, as Jay Kennedy's still out. Jay Kennedy didn't get too many minutes, but when he went in there, he made it worth it. And so we'll see what the Bombers can do tonight here versus the Pasco Bulldogs. And at this time, I'll throw it down to PA announcer Michael Veliz to get you your player introductions.
Now, fans, it is my pleasure to introduce the players for tonight's MCC matchup. First, the non-starters for the visiting Pasco Bulldogs. At guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 1, Desmond Hill. At guard, a 5'10" junior, number 11, David Munoz. At guard, a 6' senior, number 4, Ryan Sandoval. At forward, a 6' sophomore, number 13, Jake Raymond. And at guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 20, Joey Coyne. Now it's time to introduce the starters for the visiting Pasco Bulldogs. At guard, a 6' senior, number 2, Zane Zabaleta. At guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 3, Fabian Mercado. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Buckley Filmley. At forward, a 6'5" senior, number 24, Keanu Harwell. And at forward, a 6'8" junior, number 34, Keyshawn Davis. The Bulldogs are coached by Terry Watson, Danielle Perales, Daniel Rodriguez, Joey Mejia, Isabella Gutierrez, and Cameron Houff.
After those player introductions, we're back here on Atomic TV. Max Schuster alongside Tommy Wolf. Just seconds away from play. Tommy, Coach Schreufert at 403 wins right now. Coach Art Dawald, who the gym is named after, sitting at 404. So tonight, with a win against Pasco, he would tie that record. We saw him hit 400 just a couple weeks ago. And so I'm excited to watch tonight's matchup.
Yeah, and if he ties it today and he'll, get that win over Hanford, it'll be the all-time leading win record coach and, take over that spot. So we'll see how that works out tonight. Let's see if the Bombers can get the win.
We saw Landon Northrop earn that starting spot during the last game, and it's continuing to keep that starting spot as Kayshawn Davis and Luke Westerfield will be out there for the tip. Tip is won by Westerfield, and Woodard will bring the ball down, setting it off. It's Forbes now to Vopolinski. Forbes with it, goes baseline, he goes up. Contact, but he gets the lay in to go.
Great ball movement by the Bombers there, giving it to Jack Forbes, driving down the paint and then putting it up.
This is Filmley with the ball, guarded by Northrop.
Bombers playing man here.
Vopolinski guarding Mercado. Harwell with the ball over on the right side.
We got 2 on the shot clock. They better put it up. And they hit it.
3 points good by Zane Zavalata.
Now let's see if Jace Vopolinski will hand back to Northrop. Back to Westerfield. Westerfield puts it up. In and out.
No good by Westerfield. Harwell gets the rebound, coming the other way now. It's Filmley. Filmley looking for something to happen, setting their offense up, but Northrop got a tip on it. Still Bulldogs ball.
They wanted to feed it inside to number 34, Kayshawn Davis, but Westerfield's all over him right now.
Yeah, Westerfield we've seen really take that stride into that next level here pretty early in the season still after that break. Really stepped in that role that Bombers have been looking for.
Great defense there by Woodward.
Out of bounds, basketball.
Compare the height difference between the Bombers and the Bulldogs. A little bit of more height difference here than. You got 2 seconds again. That's a shot clock violation by two right in a row.
2 times down the court now. That just proves how good of defense the Bombers are playing. And it's, so far only 2 points, but Coach Schreufert said all season it's really about not letting them get open shots and turning, and then when we have those opportunities to go down and score, taking advantage of them and getting points to go. Forbes now looks to Vopolinski inside the Westerfield. Finds Woodard cutting, but it's tipped out of his hands. Coming the other way, it's Davis. As Filmley drives, they kick back out.
Thought there was going to be a switch there on Vopolinski on Davis, but right back.
Woodard gets the interception.
Vopolinski throws it right over Northrop. Bulldogs basketball.
Zavaleta on baseline, guarded by Woodard. That's Harwell cutting.
Nice pass inside.
Really good pass, good finish there over Forbes. Harwell able to get 2.
Now we'll see how the Bombers react to the first 5 points with Pasco's, got on them. So we'll see how they can bounce back.
Yeah, we've seen the Bombers come out to slow starts multiple times. Last time against Kennewick in the last home game. Got 10 points only about a minute before the end of the first quarter. That time, Forbes mid-range. He gets it to go. 4 points for Forbes. All 4 points for the Bombers coming from him. Mercado guarded by Vopolinski. They say it's off the hand of Vopolinski. Bulldog ball.
Brock Streifer checks in for the Bombers. Northrop comes out. See how the switch is for them. 22 seconds on the shot clock.
This is Mercado. Guarded by Vopolinski. Finley almost turned it over, but it's in Mercado's hands. He drives. Nothing's there. He goes up. Way short. It almost looked like it got tipped by Vopolinski, and Westerfield was just in the right place at the right time.
Vopolinski gives it back inside of Westfield and puts it down with a dunk.
Big
over
slamma-jamma there by Luke Westerfield.
Little tad bit height difference between those two, but Westfield comes up with the answer. And 3 put up. There's Woodward. Easy lay-in for the touch.
Woodard gets a steal, and he's going back up for 2.
Wow.
4 points there quick for Josh Woodard. Gets the Bombers to 10 points with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll take a break, have a timeout. We'll be back here on Atomic TV shortly. Coming out of the break, it's 10-5. The Bombers lead over the Pasco Bulldogs. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the first quarter. Still early, but the Bombers do, if I'm looking at this, they look like the more dominant team here in this early.
And it was a 5-2 at start of the game. Now it's, 7-3 run. So Ricardo Davis puts it back up. If they can box out Westerfield and all the other players, Woodward for 3 off the arc. And Pasco ball now.
Valencia, really an inside, he gets a lot of rebounds inside, just a scrappy player. That time just couldn't quite get his hands on it and control of it. Assists the steal as Woodard gets fouled. Called a foul on the ground, he'll be inbounding it.
Fouls on number 10, Beckley Finley. His first personal and first team foul. In and out.
Valencia no good from 3. Finley coming the other way, looking for someone.
Still playing man-to-man.
As Forbes steals it.
Will he dunk it? Well, he'll be shooting 2. He wanted to throw that one down like he did in Kamiakin, so we'll see if he'll throw one down tonight. Yeah,
it's always exciting to watch a player like that who's just so athletic, able to use it in such situations like we saw over at Kamiakin. He's not afraid to use his athleticism either. It's really awesome.
And it looks like Westfield's going to be checking back in. Oh, he's for shooter. He's for Forbes. Finley checks out. And Ryan Sandoval checks in for him.
Forbes can't connect on either of them. That's Harwell with the rebound, given to Mercado. Guarded by Vopolinski as they come the other way. Zavaleta.
Davis.
No good. And Stroifer able to box him out. Woodard gets the nice pass. Finished by Valencia.
See, and the Bombers play full court press. You don't see a lot of teams play full court press. It's more of like a Duke kind of scenario, like scheme that they do. If they do full court press after they score a bucket. So it's kind of neat in how full court press right after, made bucket for the Bombers.
Yeah, and it's really tough for another team if you just get scored on, they come out in a press. It's really hard to try and keep that momentum going when the Bombers are just there stopping it constantly. And that's why Coach Stroifer and the Bombers have just been so successful over the years. And they're not afraid to use their speed, athleticism, and they're smart with it too. A lot of times not picking up very many fouls. Still no fouls here nearing the end of the first quarter. Jace Woodard as well as Josh Woodard in here. They give it to Westfield. He drop steps, he's fouled, he's going the line, shooting 2.
Vopolinski and Forbes check out, so they want to feed it down to Westerfield. So they're going to be going maybe double team Westerfield there, but he's just too big in size and We'll see if he makes his free throws here. It's good on the first.
Once again, Horn Rapids Hoop Cam showing you those free throws. Both good from Westerfield, giving him his 4th point. They move it up to Zavaleta.
7-point lead here for the Bombers with 2:19 left to go in the first. Davis. Just a tad bit short there. Bombers basketball.
This is Woodard, gives it to Stroifert. Valencia looking for something. Woodard inside the Westerfield.
They're going to double team Westerfield all night, and it's going to be an easy kick out just like that for Valencia.
Going a 3 by Valencia. Mercado comes the other way. He'll bring it out and they'll slow things down for an offense. Harwell, no good from 3. Stroifert there for the rebound.
3-1-1. 3-man weave there. Pump fake.
Woodard able to use the glass.
Nice 3-man weave there.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 pass and bucket.
Yeah, perfect opportunity. The Bombers run 3-man weave in practice. They go into kids camp. As a kid, you know, they all every day it's 3-man weave.
It's a big thing.
So these Bombers have grown up doing the 3-man weave, and it's very effective. Tipped by Northrop, gives it to Westerfield. Woodard looking up court. Nothing's there. Valencia.
Stroifert from way downtown.
No good. Northrop inside to Westerfield. Coming the other way, it's Zavaleta.
Out of bounds, Richland basketball. In the game for Richland as well.
Zavaleta had a good dish there to Davis. Davis couldn't just hang on to that. Just a little bit outside, he would have had it. Woodard with the basketball. With 44 seconds left in the first. Valencia. Back to Woodard. Westfield looking for a pass for inside in the paint there. A little give and go. Back out to Woodard. Woodard. Corner. Bang.
Good. From 3. Corner 3 by Woodard.
And they're still playing full court press up by 15.
It's really fun to watch a team like that. After Woodard, who's been struggling with his shot, his 3-point shot, is still getting 20 points, 4th in the league with 217 points. But he's finally figuring out his shot. Got 4 3-pointers up in Walla Walla. First one of the night there for Woodard. So we'll see what he can do with his 3-point shot.
And he was a big key in that Kamaya game too. That last second couple 3, and then like I said, the Jack Forbes dunk. So that really kind of gives them the edge. So 3-point shooting ability from the Bombers is a big key for them.
Yep. This is Sandoval inbounding it. He gives it to Harwell. Travel is called.
So you got 10.8 seconds left in the first. 22-7 Bombers. Woodward gets to give. Cotto all over him. Jace Woodard there. Loses the handle. Valencia back to Westfield. In and out. And now in the first quarter. 22-7 Bombers.
Yeah, you could see Westerfield there. You could tell he wanted a dunk, but with the time almost expiring, went for the shot. Couldn't quite get it to go. At the end of the first quarter, the Bombers lead 22-7 over the Pasco Bulldogs. At the end of the first quarter, the Bombers lead 22-7 over the Pasco Bulldogs. We have some stats here from the first quarter as you guys are watching the Roosters replays. Leading all scoring for the Bombers, it's Josh Woodard with 7, followed by Jordan Valencia with 5 and Westerfield with 4. Shooting 60% from the field goal percentage and 40% from 3 on the other side of things. Pasco only shooting 27% from field goal and 25% from 3. As play begins in the second quarter, Woodard gives it
back to Forbes.
Out to Northrup. Northrup, good from 3. Northrup's first 3 points of the night. Forbes gets the steal, can't get the lay-in.
The Bombers been having struggles tonight, laying easy buckets up, so we'll see how second quarter goes for them.
Timeout called by the Bulldogs. 30-second timeout. Tommy, we'll just stay here and kind of talk out this second quarter. So if you're the Bombers leading 25-7, how do you go about just the fact of you're winning by so much?
Just play the normal ball. Just play your normal thing, Don't get ahead of yourselves, So just be you. Just be your team. Just be yourself. Have fun with it.
Yeah, we'll probably see some of the players that don't normally get playing time show their ability tonight, which I'm excited to watch. Some of those freshmen, Silent Kiesel Kwane, he has a lot of talent. He made the trip down to Utah with them. Showing his ability down there, stepping in for Westerfield as well as senior Connor Schultz. So we'll see some of those guys get play time tonight. As Westerfield with the defense there, Davis couldn't get to go. Westerfield gets a nice little tip pass to Woodard.
Nice pass by Westerfield for the bucket.
This is Harwell bringing up the court.
Still playing full court press.
That's good. Sandoval from the corner. Still looking to get into double digits, these Bulldogs are. As Bombers swing it around the three-point line over to Woodard. Find Westerfield cutting. Goes up, but it's blocked by Davis.
It's a couple of shots tonight that Westerfield should have had. So we'll see how he bounces back after missing a couple of lay-ins already so far.
Zavaleta inside to Davis. Davis pump fakes, drives, lay in, no good. Westerfield with the rebound. Northrup now bringing it the other way. Tried to Euro step. Couldn't get to go all the way across the key. Woodard drives, couldn't get the baseline lane to go. Zavaleta guarded by Woodard. Stolen by Northrup.
Northrup going to dunk it here? Or back to Forbes.
I don't know if Northrup can dunk or not. I know he can get up there.
I've seen him before, and he's only a freshman, so he's got a long ways to go.
Yeah, his brother Cole Northrup, third all-time leading scorer here at Richland. So great family tradition of basketball here at Richland. Northrup following his brother's footsteps by starting as a freshman. 29-9 here with 5 minutes and 43 seconds left in the first half. Woodard bringing the ball up the court with Mercado on his hip. This is Vopolinski. Still gives it to Woodard on the top of the three. Good from 3. Second three-pointer of the night. And
good defense there by Woodard, but it's still Pasco ball.
Woodard now has 12 points for number 12.
Schultz comes in for Jack Forbes.
In the game, Jake Raymond's the quarterback for the Bulldogs. So obviously very athletic kid. He's a sophomore. So we'll see what he can do over his time at Pasco. Zavaleta, guarded by Vopolinski.
Pasco has only 2 seniors, so they got a couple freshmen and sophomores. So a couple juniors too. So they got some work to do in the next couple of years and compete with the MCC.
Harwell gets a turnaround floater. This is Woodard, floater no good. Westerfield able to tip it to Voplinski and to Northrup. Northrup, good from 3 again.
Fast pace, too much for the Bulldogs. You know, Northrup is getting down there too with Woodard and Voplinski, so it's a good key when
Raymond gets a pass half court. Zavaleta drives, pulls up from mid-range. No good on the jumper. Woodard comes the other way.
they want to keep this pace going, get the Bulldogs, you know, off their heels. So Voplinski back out to Woodard from the wing. Got it.
3 points again for Woodard. Woodard's now 3 for 4 on the night from 3-point. He gets him to 15 points. Jackson Black checking in for the Bombers for Josh Woodard, giving him a breather, as well as Valencia in for Westerfield. Bombers going with small ball here and trying to move quick. 38-12 here with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in this first half. 40-point running clock is set. So Bombers almost trying to get it in the first half.
And I know they had a couple months back, I think it was like in December, they had 100 points on Hanford, and they had a running clock in the third quarter. So we'll see if
we have some field goal percentage. Bombers shooting 58.3 from field goal, and Pasco only shooting 27.3. So that time Jackson Black can't get it to go from 3. Couldn't get it to go, but Bombers still shooting 66% from the 3-point range. Really capitalizing on their shots from beyond the arc. As Stroyfer gets the rebound, gets it to Voplinski. Voplinski not good on the transition lay-in that time.
kind of see what the late foul is called.
Foul is called on
Valencia.
Bombers 22 Valencia. He's really confused on that, on how what they could even call it on.
Very physical game between these two right now.
Yeah, it's 38-14, and Bombers obviously in the lead by a large margin, but Pasco's still fighting. They're still putting up a fight.
They're scrapping their way in this and then trying to get their Valencia. Westfield back door. Voplinski for 2. Gets count the basket.
Trying to get 3 points the old-fashioned way this time.
And the Bombers are 50% on free throws, so let's see get that percentage higher right now in the game. It's going to struggle out the line for the Bombers. 30-second timeout by the Bombers.
We'll be back here shortly on Tom TV after the 30-second timeout. Out of the break, the Bombers leading 40-14 over the Pasco Bulldogs. It's Voplinski towing the line, trying to get 3 points.
At the line, Chase Voplinski.
Gets it to go, 41-14 now. Voplinski's first 3 points of the night. Davis will get it past half court, looking for someone else. Westfield playing defense on him.
He's playing way at the top right now.
Holding foul called on Stroyfer while Raymond was cutting.
Richland foul number 30, Brock Strickford, his first personal, team second.
Stroyfer with the hold. How we reset the shot clock for the Pasco Bulldogs here with 30 seconds.
Able to get it in, but It looked like almost over.
It looked like an over back, but I think you can inbound it behind backcourt. So
to me, it looked like he hit it before it went over, but you know, refs make their call. So
we'll see how.
Good there from Valencia, and we just got report Chiawana trails Kamaikan 17-12 at the end of the first quarter. This game moving a lot faster than that game over there. Only about 2 minutes left here in the second quarter, or in this first half. 43-14, the Bombers lead.
In the girls' game for the Kamaikan and Chiawana, Maddie Rendall came up clutch in that game. So kind of running, we're ahead, way ahead schedule. The girls won in a good game against, this afternoon. So Westfield gets hammered. He'll be shooting too.
Out of bounds, Pasco ball.
They don't call a foul. I thought
it was a foul out there first.
I think everyone's kind of confused right now. It looked like they whistled for a foul, but they called it out of bounds.
It looked like Westerfield was shooting, but it'll be Pasco ball.
Zavaleta, he drives right. Gets stopped by Valencia. The 5-second counter will start, but foul called. Valencia's second personal.
You got Jace Woodard checking in for Valencia. Valencia will take a seat with 2 fouls.
Forbes playing great on-ball defense there. Tipped it, but still Bulldog ball.
So 1:34 left in the first half. Bombers up 43-14. Almost a 5-second call, and the Bulldogs turn it over.
Out of bounds, Richland basketball.
Stroifer inbounding it.
Sandoval checks in. Checks in for Plumley. For Finley, excuse me.
Woodard now. Looking for Forbes across the key. They go over the top. Couldn't get the high point ball there to Westerfield. Raymond will go over
nice pass.
Raymond Goyne, they've had that connection before. Yep. Goyne, the running back for Pasco, and Raymond, the quarterback.
The Bombers having a hard time finishing easy drives that they could be finishing right now. Woodard from the wing. Got it.
Woodard with another 3. 4 for 4 on the last 3. I say he's going down to Wendy's after this game.
Yep, he's got 18 right now. Westfield too strong for Davis. Forbes. Got it slammed down.
He gets up in the big dunk there by Forbes. Showing his athleticism, raising the roof.
And he's got some hops, tell you that. Another forced turnover by the Bombers. Back to Forbes. Forbes nearly saves it.
Yeah, you can see Woodard just looking up court, using his quarterback skills, reading that defense. Couldn't quite get it to Forbes. He stepped out of bounds.
And he's got that arm to throw it all the way down court. So
this is Jace now. Jace Woodard guarding Zavaleta.
Back out to Davis. Woodard. Davis over Westerfield for 3.
As time expires at the end of the first half, the Bombers lead 48-17 over the Pasco Bulldogs. We'll be back with the Gail Rue halftime show here shortly.
Attention parents, please be sure to pick up your children in the bleachers following the performance. Now, let's turn over to the best dang band in the land. Attention fans, if you are parked in the fire lane, you need to move your car immediately or you'll be towed at your expense. Again, if you are parked in the fire lane, please move your car immediately.
What we bring home?
Welcome back to the Gale Rue halftime show. I'm Max Schuster alongside Tommy Wolf. Tommy, first half 48-17. Bombers coming out with a commanding lead. I really think this is just solidifies how good the Bombers really
Yeah.
are. They've played really good all year, but especially in games like this when they can capitalize on teams that aren't to their level yet. But it really just proves. And Pasco, they're putting up a fight. They're really putting up a fight, and it's fun to watch a team like this who even when they're still looking for their first win of the season, still fighting and getting on a fight.
And Pasco has had its struggles throughout the years in the MCC, so it's been a tough test for the past couple of years. But the Bombers are finding their groove and getting things done and trying to get that another win for the tying record for Coach Stroyford.
Yeah, we have some stats here from the first half as well. I'll do the Bomber side. You can do the Pasco side. Woodard leading all scoring of the game with 18 points. He's 4 for 5 from three-point line, getting it done inside too, 7 from 10. The whole team's shooting 58% from three-point line, 55 from field goal. You got 6 tagged along by Northrop, all 6 of those points coming from 3. Forbes with 8, and then Westerfield with 4, and then Jordan Valencia also getting it done with 7 points.
And on the Pasco side, you're shooting 26%, 37% from 3, which is not bad. A little under average for them, but, you got 8 points off turnovers, second chance points of 4. So they've had 16 turnovers. We'll see how they can regroup and get those turnovers down. But right now, the leading scorer right now is Harwell, 7. So the next up is, Zane Zavaleta with 3. So we'll see how the Bulldogs will answer and cut down their turnovers. Just cut that lead that the Bombers have.
Yeah, that's a big number. 16 turnovers in the first half. And not only is that just from them turning the ball over, but it's really forced by the Bombers more than anything. And the Bombers, they're scoring. They have 17 points off those turnovers, so they're really capitalizing on those turnovers that they're forcing. And that's it's simple as that. You score more points to the other team, and that's how you win a basketball game. And they're really, really taking advantage of the turnovers that they're forcing tonight. As play begins in the second half, the Bombers start with the ball. Woodard gives it to Northrop. Northrop will drive baseline. They go inside. Westerfield right over the front rim.
And that's how Westfield wants to start the second half. Had a couple missed shots in the first, so he wants to get that scoring back up. He's got 6 right now.
Zavaleta. Over to Davis. Film Lee looking baseline, nothing's there. Harwell.
And the Bombers are playing zone here. Looks like, nope, switch back to man. Forbes with the rebound.
Forbes bringing it the other way, looking for offense, but it looks like he'll just take it himself. Lots of contact, no foul called. Bulldog ball. Mercado almost looking for the court. Instead of throwing it, he just put it back on the ground. That's why that carry got called.
He wanted to throw it down court, but then hesitated. There's no lane to throw it in.
Getting into Forbes.
Bulldogs still playing man. Westerfield. It's fouled. He'll be shooting 2. Ricardo with the foul. First of the second half. That's a second tonight. Westfield out the line shooting 2.
His second personal, team's first.
Westerfield, makes the first. Another shot there by Horn Rapids hoop cam. Couldn't connect on the second. Voblinski fighting for the rebound, and it's off the hands of Mercado, and still Bomber ball.
Westfield 75% from the line tonight.
Forbes steps out from Woodard. Woodard finds Forbes as he cuts inside, gets 2 points easy there on the lane.
Just a give and go there for Forbes, just an easy basket to put up. Bombers are still playing full court press.
Yeah, even no matter how big of a lead the Bombers get, I still think they'll run that full court press. More is practice than anything else. As Voblinski posted up inside, dished it to Woodard. No foul called, but that Woodard was looking for.
Going to go right back to the Bombers here. Another turnover, Pasco.
We got breaking news over at the Kamaikan-Chiawana game. The Braves trail by 1, 34-35 to Chiawana. Vopolinski, good with the corner three.
Almost to that 40-point mark, the running clock here.
Yeah, that could really make this second half go by quick. As 5-second violation gets called on Mercado. Vopolinski playing phenomenal defense there. I'd say probably the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year in the MCC this year. Really taking control of that role. That time, Northrop, good from 3. But like I was saying, taking control of that role. He knows he's a defensive guy, and he does everything he can to stick up to that. The Bombers will put him on the best guy on whatever team they're playing. Over at Kamaikan, they put him on dress.
Forbes, he wanted to throw that one down. He knew that one. So he'll be shooting 2. Going back to Valencia, or Vopolinski, he's been a big help, to Woodard and then to Northrop. So he's a big key to that team, this team right now.
Yeah, and we've seen Forbes also. We'll just say here it's a 30-second timeout by the Bombers. But we've seen Forbes, grow into that offensive guy too. You can expect him to get around 10 every night, averaging, I believe, 10.1 points on the season. So he's really stepping in that role. We see him use athleticism like we were saying, but he's also smart. He's a smart player. That's what these Bombers, they live off of. They live off the smart players. And even Northrop as a freshman, you see a lot of freshmen make silly mistakes, just kind of being, you could say, ball hogs, trying to get as many points as possible. He doesn't really care how many points he has. He's been having 20-point games, but even talk to him after the games at different days at school or whatever, he just wants to win. That's more than that he cares about more than anything else. And so in a freshman, that's what you really want.
Have that mindset for the next 4 years, winning. So that's what his mindset is with this team, and he wants to keep the traditions going. And then, like you said, Landon Northrop and his brother Colton played here, so that was a big help with that key offense, making the state a couple years ago. Some great Bomber legends that come out of this group, under Coach Streifert. So
as Davis drives inside, gets fouled by Landon Northrop. That's his first team foul of the half.
So the clock keeps running. 61-17 with 4:54 left in the third quarter. Another turnover by the Bulldogs. Woodard, count that, and the foul.
He's got four 3-pointers tonight, but this time he's getting 3 points, trying to get 3 points from the line.
Yep. Carter with the foul.
His first personal. Third team. Woodard can't get the free throw to go. As Harwell will bring it down. Looking up to Filmley. Filmley kicks out, but it's tipped off. Vopolinski, still Bulldog ball.
And you're looking at the Bombers right now with 3-point percentage. 9 for 14 from the field at 64%. They are a big shooting, 3-point shooting team, so that's going to help in the long run when they come to state runs and district.
Davis, guarded by Westerfield. Westerfield gets the block off the glass and it's going the other way. Forbes gets it to Woodard, and Woodard drives baseline for the easy lay-in. Gets him to 22 points on the night.
Looks like Jace Woodard and Valencia and Schultz are going to be coming in here soon for these guys. Westfield all over Davis. Right back to Davis. Westfield.
Solid defense there by Westfield.
Yep.
Getting better at controlling his arms too, not picking up
Hands
fouls.
straight up. We got Valencia, Brock Streifert, and Jace Woodard check in for Vopolinski, Northrop, and Woodard. So
This is Stroifert bringing the ball up. He gets it to Jace Wooder this time. Inside to Westerfield. They find
out.
Northrup in the corner. Northrup, good from 3. Corner 3.
10 for 15 from 3. Really good night for the Bombers shooting those 3 balls. Valencia with another foul.
Yeah, Valencia's had a couple fouls. That's his 3rd personal, but just a couple fouls exactly like that, just where he just gets a little too aggressive when they pick up the ball. Mercado takes it to the left, gets it inside to Davis. Gets fouled on his way up. He's going to the line, shooting 2. These are the first
free throws for the Bulldogs tonight. So Davis will be shooting 2 there. Surprised me this is the first free throws for the Pasco Bulldogs tonight. Davis misses the first. One for 2 at the line for Davis, 50%. Valencia. Let's go set the screen.
Skip passes over to Northrup. Northrup will drive. Gives it to Jace Woodard. Woodard, no good from 3. See if Westerfield, he can save it. All the way over to Northrup.
Nice give and go. Back out to Woodard. In the corner, off the arc. Good rebounding by the Bombers here. Northrup for a 3rd time for 3. Another save. Wow, Valencia. And the bucket by Westfield. What a great sequence of rebounding for the Bombers there. 3 missed threes. Right back up for the bucket. 2 for Westfield.
Yeah, phenomenal ability to just keep that drive going, keep it alive. Multiple missed shots where sometimes teams will just give up. They'll just start running down the court. Bombers and Coach Stroifert, he preaches that. You know, you can't give up. Offensive rebounds are huge to keep the drive going. Every point matters, even a game like this.
Looks like Joey Goyne checks for Zavaleta. So we'll see if Joey Goyne can get a spark for this team for the Bulldogs. Oh. Stroifert hesitated to go up. Luke Westfield from off the arc. I thought Stroifert was going to put it up there after Goyne fell there for, just a little slip, but once a great defense. Northrup up and under for 2.
Nice easy lay-in. Gets Northrup to 14 points on the night, having a solid night here for the freshman. Valencia guarding Mercado. Over to Goyne. Stolen by Stroifert. He gets it to Valencia, and he'll get up. And nice, easy lay-in again. Off transition. Mercado, as time expires, didn't even realize. But after 3, it's 74-18, the Bombers lead over the Pasco Bulldogs. We'll be back here on Tommy TV shortly. Start of the 4th quarter, the Bombers lead 74-18 over the Pasco Bulldogs. Checking in for the Bombers is a whole new lineup other than Stroifert. It's Josiah Sacco, Connor Schultz, Silent Kiesel-Klane, Jackson Black, and then Brock Stroifert. Same lineup in for the Bulldogs. Mercado drives. Mid-range shot, no good. Davis gets the rebound.
Swifford pushes it up court.
Over to Kwane. Gets stolen by Mercado, but still Bomber ball. Oh, it's Bulldog ball. They say it was off of Kwane's legs.
And they're still playing full court defense, like I said. Bombers not giving up that mentality. They want to add more points to this lead. Hartwell, top the key. Gives it to Davis. Davis gets the bucket. No bucket there.
Foul's called on the ground on Schultz. It's his first personal 14 foul.
Boyden inbounding. Ricardo. Swifford all over him. Swifford will get the foul there. Ricardo will be shooting too.
As far as time's concerned, though, this doesn't stop the clock by any means.
Yep.
So for the Bombers, it's the same amount of time. Other than timeout, the clock will not stop. So when it's 6 minutes, 37 seconds left, it means it's going to be 6 minutes, 37 seconds left.
And the rest will stop the clock if it's depending on a shooting foul or a timeout. So they will decide if they want to stop the clock or not. So
Kwane gets the rebound. Looking up court, that's Sacco.
Boyden, great defense there.
Yeah, great recovery defense there by Goyne. Sacco almost had a wide open lane. This is Schultz over to Kwane.
Swifford thought about a three.
Schultz over to Sacco, gets called for travel. Josiah Sacco definitely a little bit nervous here. I mean, not very often. It's truly special to play on a varsity squad at Richland High School. Not everyone gets that opportunity. Growing up, you realize how special that is. So in front of a student section, fans like this, makes sense to be a little nervous.
Especially for a freshman sticking into a varsity spot. That's a big spot to fill for this Bomber team.
Yeah, I watched him play in the freshman game actually earlier. His first game of the day here. So he played in the freshman game, varsity game. You usually see that
not
JV
typically,
varsity.
usually JV and you go to varsity, but not typically from a freshman game to straight to a varsity game the same day. So good defense there by Stroyford. Clock will keep running at 5:15 left. In regulation, Bombers 74, Bulldogs 22. Going to inbound.
Going over the top of Sacco.
Davis. Be a travel violation by Davis. Too many steps. And that's a 26th turnover for the Bulldogs tonight.
Stroyford from three. Good. He buries it from deep. Mercado with this crossover step back, guarded by Stroyford. Stroyford with the block, and it's Bomber ball.
Jace Woodward checks in for Stroyford. Stroyford will get a rest here. He's played a lot of minutes tonight. Woodward.
Sacco
miscue there. Harlow. Good over and back call there. Sandoval looks like. Sandoval with over the back call. That's his first of the red game.
Timeout called by the Bombers. I believe it's a full timeout, so we'll be back here on Atomic TV shortly after the break.
Spirits
Silent Kiesel Kalane will get it into Jace Woodard as 3 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Pasco's still playing defense there. They still want to add some points to this, kind of cut down the lead. But Pasco's still playing physical and post, still playing tough right now. So,
yeah, and the Bombers, people will always criticize at the end of the games, teams keeping on, but these guys, they haven't played all game, so they're playing. It's like starting a new game for them.
Yep.
So they're going to try and go out there, show their ability, especially for some of these freshmen, Silent Kiesel and Josiah Sacco. This is some of their only minutes they'll ever get on varsity, just in games like this. So they'll take advantage of it. And then there's other guys like Jace Woodard who is just out there managing the court, making sure that things still run smoothly even in a game that's 77-22.
And some of these freshmen, like you said, they want to feel the atmosphere of the varsity game. They want to feel, how the system is ran, how the plays are, how, wanted to kind of just feel it a little bit more, get that more amped up. So they want to feel the scheme of how each player plays, and, you don't really get the chance as a freshman to play varsity. So good learning, experience for these young guys out here. So filling in for these key spots.
Yeah, that's why the being able to swing is such a cool concept, I would say, just because you're able to get playing minutes on JV, but still get that varsity time. Sacco can't connect on the mid-range shot from the free throw line. This is Davis. He drives, no good. Rebound, Kalane.
McCarter will pick up another foul. Clock just still keeps running here. So either side with another foul will be a bonus here. Davis will check out. He looks like he's done for the night. And so is going.
Checking in is Desmond Hill and David Munoz for the Bulldogs. This is Woodard to Black. Black now with over on the wing.
Great defense there. And I'll be on the ground. I'll be 1-on-1.
Richland Varsity 32, Jackson Black. His first personal team.
Black picks up the foul. That's his first of the night.
13,
Jake Raymond shooting pair. Makes the first one, so he'll win number one. One for two on the line.
Schultz inside Kalane.
Pasco is still playing. Jump ball there.
Jump ball, possession arrow to Richland.
Bucket's good.
Connor Schultz.
Connor Schultz gets his first 2 points of the night.
So with 45 seconds left in this game. Bombers up by 55 here. Now 54. So Coach Storyford will get the tie, for the most all-time wins in school history. So we'll see how the game at Hanford goes on Tuesday in the Atomic Bowl. So we'll see how that one handles, and we'll see if he'll get the record and be all-time leading coach winning, in history. So
yeah, and this is a team that his son's on, Brock Storyford, obviously. So people are questioning what's going to happen, but coach is he just keeps winning. All that matters is he's still winning games here late in his career. And the Bombers, they have a great freshman class this season. We see 3 freshmen on this varsity squad tonight, and they have a bright future ahead of them. That freshman team, watching them today, they're big. They're a big team. They got shooters that aren't as big, but they're still, taller than than the other freshman team. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. As Schultz comes the other way, going fast, tries to give it to Sacco, but it goes out of bounds.
And Pasco still wants to get a shot off with 6 seconds left. So Mercado, earlier he didn't know when the time was. So Mercado's going to put it up, and he just gets denied. And that'll end the ball game. So
as time expires here at the end of the game, the 79 Richland Bombers defeat the 27 Pasco Bulldogs. We'll be back here with the Gale Root post-game show in just a few moments with some interviews and final stats. All right, welcome to the Gale Root postgame show once again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tonight, Coach Earl Schroefert ties Art Dawald with 404 wins. So we got some final stats, Tommy, but first, 79-27. This is a big win. On Tuesday, they got Hanford, crosstown rivalry. You know Hanford pretty well, so what are you expecting in that game?
We'll see how Hanford handles them. They played them tough earlier throughout the, early in the year in December. So we'll see how the Falcons, come into Art Dawald and see how they can handle and, knock off the Bombers. And, we'll see how Chiawana and Kamai can handle tonight, see who's the second seed and the top dog in the MCC. So we'll see how that one goes tonight. So Hanford's got a big key. If they can, it's kind of like March Madness. You never know what things can happen. So we'll see how how the Bombers will, win another MCC title, and we'll see how Hanford handles, just bouncing back after a tough loss they had, being outscored 100 points, that the Bombers had on them. So the stats tonight for Pasco, shot 26%, field goal percentage, tough for Pasco tonight. 3-point percentage was about the same, 27. Then 40% free throws, which was really weird to see Pasco having free throws in the third quarter. They have nothing in the first half, so that's a big key. The turnovers were the worst thing that they had at Pasco tonight. 27 turnovers compared to, Richland's 12. So that was a big key. That's what caused a lot of the steals, second hands points, fast pick points. So tonight's leading scorer for the Bulldogs is, Harwell. Only have 9. So Pasco's got a, tough task. So they need to get their, group together and figure out what they did mistakenly and then make up those turnovers.
And I don't want to say it's bad, but Pasco's leading scorer didn't even have double digits. On the other side, Richland had Woodard with 22 points, phenomenal night from beyond the arc, 4 for 5, 22 points total, 9 from inside, or 9 from 13 from inside. And then you got Northrop tagging along 14, another great night for him. You got 12 points from Forbes, 9 from Valencia, 6 from Vopolinski. So they really just spread it around tonight.
Yep.
And Westerfield didn't have 10, but he had a great defensive defensive game.
Very did. He had a couple of mistakes where he couldn't get the ones to go that, could have been his. So we'll see how he bounces back, against Hanford and, regroups himself. I saw him coming out, right after halftime, shaking his head like, this is not me. So we'll need to see how he handles his back, and then we'll see how he handles Hanford and then, the weeks to come. But right now we'll see how, like you said, Bulldogs shot 10 for 38 from the field, way lower than what, like you said, Richland had at 31-58. So that's a big difference margin between those two.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up the stats portion of the post-game show. We have Coach Schroefert and Jordan Valencia coming up here for interviews right now. All right, we're now interviewing Jordan Valencia. Jordan, a good night tonight with 9 points. You know, it's your first time on Atomic TV interview, so welcome.
Thank you.
So how do you know, after a night like tonight, 79-27 blowout, what do you guys do to keep that motivation going and that drive?
We just keep playing. We move forward to the other game. We don't really, every time we play a game, we just play our hardest, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So, what you had Josiah Sacco come up tonight. I saw you guys getting hyped for him on the bench. What's it like, not only for him but those freshmen? You know, you were a young player last year, or sophomore and junior year. You know, getting time. What's it like with those young guys coming up and getting time?
I mean, they're very athletic, like the ones that play with us, and they're actually not bad. Yeah, but when I was a freshman, I wasn't really all that. I was out of shape. I was pretty skinny, wasn't strong, and got hurt my first game. But yeah.
Well, I appreciate you for your time, Jordan. Good night tonight.
Thank
you.
you.
The big win. Thank you. We'll see you next week against Hanford on Tuesday.
Yep, thank you.
Slide over. All right, we're down here with Coach Streufert. Coach, big win tonight, win against Walla Walla. You know, MCC play's been really good for you guys this year. You got Hanford. What are you guys doing for the crosstown rival Hanford?
Well, we kind of always approach Hanford as another game on our schedule. I know that people want to make it out to be something more than it is, but for us, it's a chance to get better and get ready for the playoffs and make them do the things that we want them to do and, you know, play the way we play. So no matter who it is, I don't really care if it's Hanford or Walla Walla or Chiawana, whatever. We want to go play Bomber basketball the way we want to play it. And guys are getting better at what we're trying to do right now and pretty excited about where we're at.
So obviously tonight with a blowout win, you got time with those younger kids getting playing time. How is it such a big impact in their time here when they get playing time?
Well, I think the thing that's lost on people today, you know, we have the running clock, which is it's an abomination, really. It's the worst thing that could ever happen to high school basketball. People that want to go home early can go home early, I guess. But really, those guys that practice and toil every day in practice and are the guys that make us the program that we are cheated out of minutes every time that there's a running clock. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I think we've ever done in basketball. I've been on the losing end of games like this, and, you know, it makes me want to get better. It makes me want to compete differently the next time, right? It's not a fun place to be. I've been there. But on the other side of it, you got guys that, you know, Jackson Black and Connor Schultz, and you got young guys there that are trying to work in and find a spot in our program who are toiling and grinding every single day in practice, and then they get cheated out of minutes because somebody wants to go home because they don't like what the score is. That, along with playing a 5 o'clock game on a Saturday instead of a 7 o'clock game, two of my biggest pet peeves of, you know, what the National Federation has done to basketball and what our league is doing to basketball right now. Saturday night game should be at 7 o'clock. People can have a full Saturday, enjoy their Saturday, go to Bluewood, get a couple ski runs in, get back in time for the game, and come and cheer your hometown team. I have no idea why we play early. Nobody's got a good answer, but I suspect it's so that somebody gets free time. But basketball players and coaches and fans want to be in the gym, and we should be in here at 7 o'clock at night lighting it up.
Well, just by saying that, we can tell how much you care about your players, the program. Tonight you tied Coach Art Dawald with 404 wins. That's not easy to do, so congratulations.
Well,
what's that mean to you?
Thank you for that. You know, we've never handed out a 1,000-point ball to one of our players. We've never stopped a game for that, and we've had plenty of them. And our philosophy has always been, it ain't about you, right? It's about program. And when it comes down to something like this, it's about program. It's not about me. I mean, Bruce Robertson has been next to me almost every year that I've been here, and without him, you know, as a program in those years, we don't have 404 wins. He's like having a second head coach on the bench and a guy that's like-minded with me, and has created just a wonderful situation for me as a head coach to have an opportunity to coach next to him every day. And so getting Ty and Dawald's record. I mean, I grew up obviously in Walla Walla and came here and played at Richland when the balcony was full and the gym was packed, and didn't play when Dawald was there, but you know, Phil Neal and Jim Castleberry's legacy and what they did for Bomber basketball is not lost on me, and the things that they did for me when I came here kind of took me under their wing and taught me a little bit about, you know, how I needed to approach things here in Richland, and forever grateful for them. But a lot of people went into 404 wins. A lot of great players and booster guys, and you know, you go down the list, there's just so many people involved in that number. And I said I'd never coach this long, but they're paying me to have a great time, so I'm not going anywhere yet.
Well, congrats on the win tonight. Thank you once again.
Appreciate it, Max.
404.
All right, thanks so much.
Yep. That wraps up the Gale Root postgame show interview stats. Thank you guys for tuning in to tonight's Atomic TV. I always appreciate everyone who goes into this. Once again, thank you to Tanner True, Tate Meyer, Jared Meyer, and everyone who goes into this, including the CT program here at Richland School District. We thank you guys for everything you do. That's a wrap on tonight's game on Atomic TV. Thank you guys for tuning in.